Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Morgan, and for today's video I thought I would do like a kind of affordable, like colourful eyeshadow tutorial, because I find that most like kind of good quality coloured, like colourful palettes can be quite expensive, like the James Charles one or the Stacey Marie Carnival palette, and like they are good obviously. Some people like also don't want to spend that much on a palette or don't have the money to spend it, so I thought I would do a affordable tutorial, and I'm going to use all affordable products on the rest of my face as well. So like for my eyebrows, which I done off camera, I just used the Morphe brow gel, which I think is not the Morphe brow pomade, which I think is only at most £10, but I'll make sure and I'll write it somewhere here. But yeah, so I'm just going to get started. For my primer, I'm going to go with my E.l.f. Putty primer, and I'm going to put like the price of everything in the video. So I'm just putting this on like the way I would put on moisturiser. And when I'm kind of massaging in or pushing into my skin, I'm trying to push up the way so that I'm not pulling my skin down. And then for foundation, I'm going with the Ordinary's Coverage Foundation, and I'm just pouring some of that onto the back of my hand and going in with this microfiber sponge. And when I'm putting on foundation, I like to start from the centre of my face and kind of blend it out like towards the outer portion of my face. And for concealer, I'm going in with the Conceal and Define from Revolution. Pretty much empty. And I'm only using a small bit just to kind of cover up some of the darkness around my eyes and to like brighten it a little bit. And then some just in between my eyebrows and on the top of my forehead. And I'm just gonna push that in with the same sponge. So for powder, I'm going with the Revolution translucent powder, and I'm just getting that and pushing it into where I put some of my concealer, and then wiping it away so that I'm not baking. And it just makes your powder sit nicer on your skin. It makes it look more natural, I feel, and less cakey. And then I'm just going to powder anywhere I get a bit oily as well. So just like on my nose and my chin. For bronzer, I'm going to go with my Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. And I'm just going to keep my bronzer quite high up on my cheekbones. So I'm bringing it a bit lower than when my cheekbone comes out, just to make it like to give the effect that my cheekbones are higher, but I'm also kind of putting some bronzer on top of them as well, which kind of adds to the effect. And I'm just doing it really lightly and in circular motions. And then whatever's left on the brush on my forehead, my nose, and my chin as well. I'm just adding a little bit extra here to give off a more defined cheekbone, a more defined jawline, sorry. And then for blush, I'm going in with this e.l.f. one in the shade, I think it's Twinkle Pink. Yeah. And then again, I'm just keeping that quite high up on my cheekbones to give a more lifted effect. And I like to bring mine like more towards the eye, not to kind of give an 80s look, but if you want to just keep it on your cheekbones, I would just keep going until it's about there and then leaving it, whereas I like to kind of bring it up towards my temple. And even though I'm giving it a lifted effect, I still like to bring a little bit onto the apples of my cheeks and then just kind of buff that in with your bronzer brush. This blush also has a bit of a shimmer in it, so if you don't really like that, I'm sure there's other e.l.f. blushes without it, but the one I've got has got it. I'm gonna go with my highlighter now, so this is the Revolution Pro Skinfinish highlighter in Luminescence, I think. So it's just a kind of white, like just a white kind of gold highlighter. So I'm just gonna place this on the highest point of my cheekbone and then just blend it out a little bit. So this is a really good highlighter as well because it's really nice for everyday wear because you can kind of press on really lightly, or you can build up if you like a more kind of noticeable highlighter. And then just some on my nose, and up at the top of the bridge of my nose. Some on my chin and some on my upper lip. So that is everything for the base. I should have put all the prices like in the video. If they're not, they'll be in the description. But I'm gonna move on to my eyes now. So I've done this eye off camera and I'm gonna do this one. So to prime my eyes, I'm gonna go in with the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. So I'm just gonna go under my eyebrow. And then just to kind of push it into my skin, I just go in with a beauty sponge. So for my eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with this Revolution Tammi like collab. So this is the Tropical Carnival shadow palette so it's a Tammi and Revolution collab, and these are all the shades in it. So I'm going to go with this purple shade for my crease. I'm just going to like press it in. And just slowly bring it to the shape that I'm wanting. And I'm just going to go past my eyebrow a wee bit. And then to blend it out, I'm going to go in with this pink shade here, this one, and just blend that out. And then using a clean brush, I'm just going to kind of bring that out. And then with this blue down at the bottom, this dark blue, I'm going to darken up the crease a little bit. Just follow that shape. And I'm going to blend it out with the brush I had the purple on. And then using my cut crease canvas, I'm gonna mop out my crease. So I'm just doing this really slowly so that I get the shape that I'm wanting. So I'm just bringing that like around and then just putting it there so it comes into a flick, and then filling in the rest of my lid space. And since I want where I've put my eye primer to be like stay white, I'm just going to put some translucent powder all over it. And then for the kind of winged out effect, I'm going to go with this orange shade here and just brush, like just kind of just thinking that into like a wing and then bringing it down under my bottom lash and then up, and then just brushing it onto my lash line as well. And then just lightly brushing it into a winged effect so that it kind of fades out. And I'm bringing the orange quite low under my bottom lash, but you don't need to bring it that low. I just really like how that looks on my eyes. And then to kind of blend that out, I'm going to go with the yellow beside it and just bring that right under the orange and onto this more centre bit of my lid, and just try and blend out the orange onto the lid. And then with the clear brush again, I'm just gonna, like the clean makeup brush, I'm just gonna kind of make sure it's fusing together. And then for my eyeliner, I'm gonna go in with this E.l.f. gel liner, and for the brush for that, I'm just using a nail brush. So this is the wee one here, but you can use like an eyeliner brush. I just don't like that they don't stay. So I'm just getting a big clump of it like onto my hand, just so I can dip into that instead of dipping back into the pot. And I'm just gonna do a normal wing. The gel liner isn't the best for like a small like kind of wing, but it does stay on longer than the liquid one, I feel. And plus it's the only eyeliner I have just now that is drugstore or like high street, like from the high street. So I'm just going to go off and put on some mascara and lashes, but the mascara I'll be using is this Maybelline Lash Sensational, and the lashes that I'm using are just from Amazon. So I'm going to move on to my lips. So before I put on any lipstick, I'm going to go in with this E.l.f. Like lip primer. So it's just like a lip scrub but in a lipstick like bullet. So I've just put a wee bit of that on, and then I'm going to wipe it off with a cotton pad. So it's just to make your lips a bit smoother and that when you're putting on lipstick. So I'm going to go with this Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Lips. This one's the shade Nude Blush, so it's just a pinky kind of shade. And I'm not going to go with any lip liner, I'm just going to go with this. So that is the finished look. The only product I haven't shown in the video is my setting spray, and that's because the only setting spray I actually have is the Urban Decay All Nighter one. I don't actually have another one, but there are obviously loads of like high street brands that have got them. Like the NYX one I know is really good, but this finished look. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you wanted to subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. I do like other makeup videos and things. I do some like kind of fashion and haul videos and stuff as well. But if there's any type of video that you would like to see, if you just comment down below and I'll be sure to have a look. And if you could like and comment and everything, it makes my like videos get shown a lot more, and I'd really appreciate that. But thank you for watching. Bye.